Good day everyone. My name is Ignoraj and for this Mechatronics project I did the coding part.
Hello everyone, my name is Shafa Elia. I also do the coding part.
My name is Putri and I'm in charge in the wiring connection part of the project.
And my name is Saroyan and I work with Putri for the wiring connection.
Good day everyone. My name is Ignoraj and like Subramaniam from the School of Aerospace Engineering. The video is about our project for Mechatronics EMC311. Today I'll be giving an introduction for the project. The title of this project is actually using Raspberry Pi 3 as a microcontroller. Okay, for this myself and Ellie acted as the coders for this project, and Saravanan, Analaki Tunuskodi and Putri Anur Kalida, they acted as the wiring person to get this job done. Okay, and besides that, I think this is a very useful project for us because we learned a lot of things by doing this project, and we learned more about Raspberry Pi. We have never used Raspberry Pi previously, and I think that's it from me for the time being. Thank you.
The relays, solenoid and the sensors are connected to the secondary board before being connected to the Raspberry Pi. This is done to avoid damaging the Raspberry Pi with a high voltage. The PLC is used to power supply for the solenoid, sensors and the relays. The cylinder at the top right is connected to the GPIO pin 23, and the cylinder at the bottom right is connected to GPIO pin 24. The cylinder at the top right is connected to the GPIO pin 14, and the cylinder at the bottom left is connected to GPIO pin 15. The relays for the conveyor A and B are connected to GPIO pins 7 and 8. The left and the right sensors are connected to GPIO pin 20 and 21. The red switch and the the black switch are connected to GPIO pin number 17 and 23. Both of the switches and then connected to 5.5 volts in the Raspberry Pi. Thank you.
My name is Putri and I'm going to explain about the mechanism of the movement parts in this project. So first of all, we insert 4 ping-pong balls in the first tube and another 4 ping-pong balls in the second tube. And then we run the coding, and after that the back button is pushed so that the conveyor is moved to the right until it reaches the first sensor. The sensor will detect the metal plate on the block, and for the sensor is going to detect for 0.8 seconds, and then it triggered the top cylinder to intrude, and the one ball is going to fall to the lower part of the tube, and after that the top cylinder is going to be extruded back to the tube, and after that the bottom cylinder is going to be intruded and one ball is released into the box. This movement is repeated until 3 balls fall into the box. After all the balls fall into the box, the conveyor will continue moving to the next sensor, and in the second sensor, only 2 balls are going to drop into this box, and the mechanism of the movement of the cylinder is still the same as the previous sensor. And after all the balls drop, the conveyor continue to move to the right, and we push the red button, inverse the direction of the conveyor, and it will reach the second sensor again. And this time another 2 ping-pong balls will fall into the box, and after that it will continue to move in the direction until back to the first sensor, and this time box. And after that, the conveyor will move the box back to the initial one. That's all for today.
Hello guys, my name is Shafa Elia. So this is our coding that we have done. So this is completely done. So here we have 4 cylinder, 2 relay, 2 sensor and 2 switch, which is in red and black. So our switch and our sensor is the input, and the cylinder and the relay is our output. So first, when the red switch and the black switch are switched on, it moves the conveyor and all the pistons are extruded out. Then when the left sensor is activated, it stops the conveyor. As you can see here, the first, the second and the third ball drops in one cylinder. As my friend will tell you about the mechanism of the cylinder one. So next, the red sensor is activated, so the conveyor will stop from moving. Then the right switch is pressed, but the black switch is not being pressed. So the conveyor will stop moving, and the first ball and the second ball and the third ball drops in the same piston. Next, the conveyor moves to the left, and the left sensor is activated again, and it stops the conveyor from moving, and the conveyor moves to the right. Thank you.
இது 1 செகண்ட் போட்டிருக்கோ. சைடில் போய் நிக்கிற வரைக்கும் பிடிச்சிட்டு இருக்கணுமா வீடியோவை? வீடியோ 2 நிமிஷம் தான் வரும்.
After we have completed this project, so I get to know well with the Raspberry Pi and the coding inside the Raspberry Pi, and I know the capabilities to use the Raspberry Pi, like the coding of the Linux and Python, everything that I've never dealt before. I am only familiar with the MATLAB and C++ coding, but now I know more coding programs. And other than that, I learned on how to connect the wires and dealing with PLCs, mechanical parts of like the cylinder, pneumatic, double acting and single acting. I can differentiate them very well now. So I hope this kind of project is going to be continued, and that's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, for the section that what we learned, what we gained from this is actually we gained a lot of knowledge from this, and I believe that all this knowledge will be very useful in the future. For example, for the Raspberry Pi, it's a microcontroller. We were never introduced to microcontroller before this, and we actually learned it. And while learning it, we know how to use it. Then we also use PLC, but for the project we did not use PLC, but for the lab we used the PLC. And I think it's very beneficial to all of us, and I think it will be very helpful in the future. As an engineer, we'll be using we may or may not be using it, but just can be used, and additional knowledge can be kept so that it will be useful in the future. And that's it for me for the advantage that we gain. Thank you.
So from this project, actually I have learned a lot. Before this, I have no any exposure to what is Raspberry Pi. So from this project, I get to know what's the function of the Raspberry Pi and how does it work. So, and what's the application of using this Raspberry Pi. Next, I get to apply my hands-on skill on the actuators, solenoid, and the wiring system for our project. Thank you.
So as a conclusion to our team project, we have learned so many things that we cannot get in our class session. First of all, we learned to work as a team, which is it is very crucial to our lifelong learning. Next, we have learned to apply what we have learned in class to the real case, which is in class we just learn the theoretical one, but when we do the practical one, at least we will understand more what we have learned in class. Sometimes we tend to forget what we have learned in examination, but when we do it practically, at least it increase our memorization about what we have learned theoretically. This program also benefit us to understand more about wiring and coding, and we also able to know the usage of the Raspberry Pi, and which is have more benefit to us. We also able to know the function of the relay, the solenoid, and so on. So lastly, I think this project really helped us to understand more what we have learned. That's all.